Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our English language lesson. In this session, we will be focusing on the topic of grammar preposition. We will explore what prepositions are, their various types, and how to ask them correctly. Before we begin, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Nabila Arika Haini from Department of Government Science at Mula Warman University. Additionally, I'm joined by two colleagues who will also be assistant in explaining this material. They will introduce themselves at the start of their respective section. We hope to deliver this lesson cleanly and effectively so you can understand and enjoy the learning process. Happy learning. Thank you. This is member of the Color of Government Studies Class A, Nabila Arika Aini, Tiffany Enes Aritonang, Nazwa Nur Azizah. Okay, next. What is preposition? Preposition expresses the relationship between a noun or the word acting like a noun, the object of the preposition, and another element of a sentence. The relationships preposition can show include physical position, above, below, on, and under. Direction is in the, towards. Time is after, before, during, until. And such is from, of, and of. At the same time. Here are some example sentences as in common preposition. 1. The cat under the bed is sleeping quality. 2. We have to into the gallery opening after chatting outside. 3. Before making a major decision, it's a good idea to get a milkshake right now before. 4. Pass, but you might stopping to pick up some bread from that bakery below. Okay. Each professional phrase must contain a noun, known as the object of the preposition. The professional phrase often includes a determiner with the object, like article, the, an, or, an. Preposition combined with other words to form a professional phrase. Example like preposition is to, and preposition phrase is to the moon. The preposition, the object of the preposition, and any words that modify the object of the preposition together make up a prepositional phrase in the above complex. The prepositional phrases are under the bed, into the gallery opening, before making a major declaration, and from the bakery below. Okay, next we have to know what is the object of preposition. The object of a preposition is the noun or pronoun being acted noun. Affected or affected by the preposition is prepositional phrases. Is the word or group of words that has a relationship with something else in the sentence that prepositional phrases is expressing. The almost case is the noun pronoun that appears after the preposition. Okay. Here are the same example from above, this time showing the object of the time prepositions. 1. The cat under the bed. Okay. The bed is sleeping quality. 2. We headed into the gallery opening after chatting on the sidewalk. 3. Before making a major decision, it's a good idea to get a solid night of sleep. Last one. Would you mind stopping to pick up some bread from that bakery we love? Well, definition of a professional process. The Collide direction defines a professional process as a structure consisting of a profession and its object. Examples are on the table and by the sea. Example are on the, and by the. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, a professional process is a process that begins with a professional and ends in a noun, pronoun, or noun process. Another definition of a professional process is given by the Macmillan Dictionary. According to it, a professional process consists of a professional followed by a noun group, pronoun, or ing from. Example: at the park, preposition plus noun phrases. With them, preposition plus pronoun. Until quite recently, preposition plus adverb phrases. By finishing the project is preposition plus ing clauses. Until after all discussion with them is preposition plus professional process. Okay. About where to eat is preposition and we have close. Next, preposition process example different type. Professional process acting as adjectives, passing professional process in the middle of the sentence. Example: the girl in the middle in the best dancer. The grocery store across town has a great production selection. The park near the lake has an off-leash dog area. The restaurant behind my house is loud. The neighbors to my right have a lot of parties. Professional process acting as adverbs or meaning is as in professional process in the end of the sentence. So she went to the store. My dad took his boat to the lake. My sister clapped for hear them. My brother went to his girlfriend's house. Next, professional process example different type. Professional process acting like a noun, using professional process in the beginning of the sentence. So you can use both words in the beginning of the sentence. Behind the school, after the movie, during the flight. Okay. Adjective is a park, is the perfect, is a good time, and effort to get the dinner, to catch up on work. Next. Okay, rules for using professional. 1. Professional always have an object. The object of professional is the noun, pronoun, girl, or ing verb, infinitive, adjective, plus or phrases that follow it. Example: she is the house. She is in the house. Like houses, house is the object of the profession and in. He is good at swimming. Swimming is the object of professional at. At professional are followed by noun or pronouns. They can also be followed by current, infinitive, or completed phrases. Example: she apologizes for being late, and they are inserted in written English. Verb should be actually verbs. You cannot place a preposition directly after what is. Verbs like do or have. I love in finished my work. I have finished my work. Incorrectly added to in, and correctly now added in the sentence. Next, at the same topic, rules for using preposition. 4. Prepositional process should not start with a pronoun unless the pronoun refers to something previously mentioned. Avoid starting a sentence with a preposition followed by a pronoun. Incorrect. With him, I went to party. Correct. I went to the party with him. 5. The order of the preposition and is object can change the meaning of sentence. The placement of preposition and its object can completely change the meaning of a sentence. Like the dog run to the bone and the dog run the bone to the yard. Okay. So that in the first material and the next material be continued by my college.
Guys, you can look at the picture. We can find some the most basic prepositions you need to know. In, on, at, prepositions of place and time. How to use in, on, at correctly. What are prepositions of time? Preposition of time show when something happened or will happen, and sometimes its duration. They always describe verbs, such as when the verb's action occurs. 1. Preposition of time in represents an unspecific amount of time or a more general period. In plus parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. In plus months, in January, in February. In plus seasons, in the spring, in the summer. In plus years, in 1980, in 1969. In plus decades, in the 1960, in the 7th. In plus countries, in the 15th century, in the 21 century. In plus weeks, in a week, in 2 weeks. In plus periods of time, in the past, in the next century, in the future, in the Middle Ages, in a moment. In plus holidays, in the Easter holiday. Next is preposition of time on. On is used for dates, days of the week, and holidays weekday. On plus days, on Monday, on Thursday, on Sunday. On plus dates, on April 3, on 1 January 2013, on the 10th, on the first day, on plus holidays weekday, on New Year's Day, on Christmas Day, on Easter Day. On plus specific days, on my birthday, on my wedding day, on that day. On plus time, on the weekend, US, on weekdays, on time, on a summer evening. On plus days, plus part of day. On Sunday morning, on Friday afternoon, on Monday evening. How to use in, on, at correctly. What are preposition of time? Preposition of time show when something happened or will happen, and sometimes its duration. They always describe verbs, such as when the verb's action occurs. Preposition of time at. At is used for specific times and holidays without day. At plus hours, at 7 a.m., at 12 o'clock, at plus parts of the day, at night, at noon or midday, at midnight, at plus holidays without day, at Easter, at Christmas, at New Year, at plus time, at present, at the weekend, UK, at breakfast, and at the moment. How to use in, on, at correctly. What are preposition of place? Preposition of place indicate the location of something or someone in relation to another object. Preposition of place in. In is used for the largest or most general place. In plus countries, in Indonesia and in America. In plus cities, in Jakarta, in New York. In plus neighborhood, in Manhattan and in Chinatown. In plus enclosed space, in a traffic jam, in a building, and in a car. How to use in, on, at correctly. What are preposition of place? Preposition of place indicate the location of something or someone in relation to another object. Preposition of place on. On indicates something situated on top of something else or used for more specific place. On plus means of transport. On a bus, on a train, on a plane. On plus communication, on the radio, on the television, on the phone, on the internet. On plus surface. On a table, on a wall, on the floor, and on the roof. How to use in, on, at correctly. What are prepositions of place? Preposition of place indicate the location of something or someone in relation to another object. Preposition of place at. At used to show a certain point is the most specific or used for exact addresses. At plus exact addresses are intersections. At 23 Bridge Street, at 734 State Street. You can find my office at 612 Meadow Street. At plus specific location or points. At the Empire State Building. I picked this book up at the library. I had to ask for a refund at the store. Preposition of time. Example preposition of time. After, at, by, during, for, from, in, of, on, over, past, since, till, to, until. Preposition of place and position. Index, about, above or over, against, along, alongside, amid, among, around or about, at, away from, behind, beside, below, beneath, and between. Preposition of place and position. By, in, inside, in front of, in the middle, near, next to, on, outside, over or above, round, under, and preposition of movement or direction. Example preposition of movement: around or about, away from, away to, by or past, down, inside, into, off, onto, out of, over, past, to, toward, and up.
Types of preposition in English and when to use them. 1. Preposition of place. 2. Of time. 3. Of direction or movement. 4. Of spatial relationship. 5. Of manner, cause, and purpose. 6. Of position. 7. Of comparison and contrast. 8. Of measurement. 9. Of agent or of instrument. Preposition of place. Preposition of place indicate the location of something or someone in relation to another object. Some example of preposition of place are 1. In the room, in the city. 2. On the table, on the wall. 3. At the door, at the bus stop. 4. Under the table. 5. Over the head. 6. Above the clothes. 7. Below sea level. 8. Between two houses. 9. Behind the building. And 10. Next to the supermarket. Preposition of time. Preposition of time indicate when something happens. Here are some examples of preposition of time. 1. In July. In 2024. In the morning. 2. On Monday. On Christmas Day. 3. At 7 p.m. or at midnight. 4. Signs 2050. Signs yesterday. 5. For 2 hours for a week. 6. During the meeting, during summer. 7. Before noon, before the show. 8. After dinner, after the movie. By 10 p.m. by next week. Until Monday till 5 p.m. Preposition of direction or movement. Preposition of direction indicate where something or someone is moving. Some example of direction or movement are 1, 2, to the park, to the airport, into the room, onto the table, from Spain, from home, towards the door, through the tunnel, along the river, out of the house, over the bridge, and past the school. You can see the picture: down the stairs, up the stairs, out of the books, into the books, toward the books, away from the books, past the books, over the books, onto the books, off the books, around the cube, under the books, along the road, across the road, and through the tube. Preposition of spatial relationship. A preposition of spatial relationship is a preposition which is used to denote where the subject of the sentence is. Preposition of place are very similar to preposition of spatial relationship and can often be the same word. It simply answers the question where. To revert to a spatial relationship as the preposition above, across, against, ahead, of, along, among, around, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, from, in, front of, inside, near, of, out of, through, toward, under, and within. 1. I went across the road to shop for the grocery. 2. Close the door behind you. 3. The sun disappeared below the horizon. 4. Beneath the huge tree. 5. He is standing between his mother and father. 6. My father is working in his room. 7. She sat in her room in front of her dressing table. 8. When did you see him last go under? 9. Change must come from within. And 10. She got ahead of me. Here are some examples: in, under, in front of, next to, behind, on, between, among, through, over, to the left of, to the right of, out of, into, up, and down. Next, up, down, away from, to, across, into, out of, through, over, past, along, and around. Preposition of manner, cause, and purpose. This preposition explains how something happens, manner, why it happens, cause, or for what purpose it happens, purpose. The preposition by shows how or in what way something happened. On the other hand, the preposition with is interpreted to mean in the company of someone. Here are some examples. 1. By car, by email. 2. With a pen, with a smile. 3. Like a bus, like magic. 4. Because of the rain. 5. Due to traffic. 6. For learning, for fun. 7. Through effort, through practice. 8. Over, crying over a movie. 9. Out of love, out of fear. And 10. From, tired from work, sick from stress. Preposition of possession. Preposition of possession indicate belonging or relationship between people, object, or concept. These are the preposition of possession that exist. 1. Of, the door of the house. 2. With, the man with the beard. 3. To, the key to the car. 4. By, a book by Shakespeare. Next, preposition of comparison and contrast. Preposition of comparison and contrast indicate similarities or difference between two or more nouns. Now, let's look at some example of preposition of comparison and contrast. 1. Like a teacher, like her brother. 2. Unlike his friend. 3. As a leader, as a teacher. 4. Taller than me. 5. Compared to last year. 6. In contrast to his brother. 7. Different from the rest. 8. Similar to mine. 9. Contrary to expectation. And 10. As well as his sister. Next, Preposition of measurement. Preposition of measurement refers specifically to quantity and amounts, usually with unit of measurement. The most common are by, at, and of. Likewise, fraction and percentage as the preposition of when describing what they're part of. Here are some examples. 1. Start the recipe with a cup of flour. 2. The boardwalk sells stuffy by the yard. 3. More than 59% of the world's population lives in Asia. 4. That bank charged interest rate at 12%. Next, preposition of agent or of instrument. Preposition of agent of instrument show us who or what did a particular action. They help you associate a specific activity with someone or something. They connect the door and the action. They include by, shows action done by a person in a sentence. 2. With, they relate an action with a thing. Example in a sentence. 1. Rich Dad, Poor Dad was written by Robert Kiyosaki. 2. The bull injured him with its horns.
Preposition following verbs and adjective. Some verbs and adjectives are followed by a curtain preposition. Sometimes verb and adjective can follow it by different preposition, giving the process different meanings. Preposition with verbs. 1. About is worry, complain, and read. He worries about the future. She complained about. I read about. At. To add. Number 2. At. Arif is a building or even. Smile and look. He arrived at. The children smiled at and she looked at him. 3. From, differ, suffer. A from is a differ and suffer. Like a risk, the result different from. She suffers from dementia. 4. Of is approve, consent, and smell. I approve of the idea. The recipe consists of the basic ingredients. The basement smiles of mildew. 5. For is account, allow, and search. Be sure to account for any discrepancies. I returned this transcript to the interviewers to allow for revision to be made, and they are searching for the missing dog. 6. In a commercial success, the same problem occurred in 3 out of 4 cases. My recommended strategies resulted in finding 10 participants. She will success in completing her degree. So words about, complained about, read about, arrived at, smile at, looked at, different from, suffer from, approve of, consists of, smiles of, account for, allow for, searching for, and occurrence in, resulted in, success in. 7. On is concrete, depend in isn't. He is concerned on his work. They depend on each other. I must isn't on following the rule. 8. 2 is belong, contribute, lead, and refer. Bears belong to the family of mammals. I hope to contribute to the previous research. My result will lead to future research on the topic. Please refer to my previous explanation. 9. With is this or agree. This agree juga. Disagree to, argue, deal. Disagree with you, argue with him, deal with the situation.
Preposition with objective. 1. About, sorry, and happy. They are so sorry about that. She very happy about her promotion. 2. At. Employed, good. He is employed at a local school. They are good at solving puzzles. 3. By, employed, compose. She is employed by a large corporation. This beautiful symphony was composed by Beethoven. 4. From, different. I'm a little different from them. 5. 4. Grateful, good, happy, sorry, responsible. C. Really grateful for your help. Vegetables are good for your health. I'm happy for your success. They are sorry for the delay. He is responsible for the project completion. In disappointed, interested. He is so disappointed in him. I'm interested in learning more. Next, 7. Of, aware, capable, proud, characteristic, compose. I just become aware of that. I don't think I am capable of lifting something that heavy. I'm so proud of you. This behavior is characteristic of their culture. The team is composed of talented individuals. 8. To accustom, beneficial, essential. He was accustomed to the temperature. Exercise is beneficial to your overall health. Communication is essential to a successful relationship. 9. With familiar, disappointed, happy. I'm familiar with that author. He was disappointed with the results. She is happy with her new car.